Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome back to this Let's Play a series of Star Trek Online. My name is Winters, and you are very welcome. So we are moving on to the next story mission in this episode, which is called Armistice. So let's get our mission brief.
I need your help with a very sensitive mission. A former Kai, Opaka, was trapped on a prison moon in the Gamma Quadrant in 2369. Alien nanotech in her system prevents her from leaving the moon, but it also sustains her life indefinitely while on the surface. It seems the wardens of the prison were planning on curing and granting amnesty to the prisoners until their planet was decimated by the Herc. Somehow, the Dominion managed to obtain the cure, and they've provided it to us as a peace offering. The moon hasn't been hit by the Herc, but it's only a matter of time. We need to cure Opaka and the others and get them out of there before that happens.
Right, okay, so there's a couple of costume options that's unlocked with this mission. Apart from that, really, there isn't anything too spectacular in terms of mission rewards. But anyway, we'll accept the mission. Now, I normally go to the mission start point before each episode begins, but this time I didn't, because I wanted to show you guys how to get to the Gamma Quadrant. Basically, all you have to do is go to Deep Space Nine within the Alpha Quadrant, okay? So right here. And once you're outside Deep Space Nine, like we are here now, you get the option to take wormhole to Gamma Quadrant. Simple as that. That'll do the map transition for you, and you will appear in the Gamma Quadrant. Like so. And then we can begin and go to the mission start point from there. Actually, there's a handy little tip for you as well, anyone that doesn't know. This icon here will always bring you to the mission start point, assuming that you were in the correct quadrant, first of all, okay? If you are not in the correct quadrant, it will give you a transwarp option that will cost 20,000 energy credits. In my opinion, it's not worth it. Just take, the long way. And basically it just auto sets the course for you. But anyway, let's begin the mission Armistice.
Good, we've arrived.
Alright, we'll F-bomb our way through all the dialogue, and let's start deploying pets, and we'll link up our support craft, and right, okay, we're ready to rock.
Looks like this.
So basically what we have...
some debris clouds from Herc ships in orbit.
So basically what we have to do is, see these satellites that are orbiting the planet? We have to kind of, I suppose you'd say, punch a hole through them. And you can see there...
some Herc bypassed the satellites. We should be ready.
Basically what we're doing is we're firing a probe, and it's basically drawing off a number of the probes each time. And see, the probe's moving off there in the direction of the probe.
Looks like O'Brien's trip.
And it just basically creates a hole in the network of satellites that we can get through. That's basically what we're doing.
We're in position. All right.
All right, we're beaming down.
The wreckage of the...
Right.
Now, before we proceed any further, I want to draw your guys' attention to something. Take a look at my character, my Jem'hadar here, Vametalan, sorry. See the way he's kind of wavy and a little bit weak in the knees and just doesn't look all that healthy? That is because of this debuff here, Ketracel White Hunger. That's up in the top left-hand corner now. I'm highlighting that. Basically, when you see your guy like that, all you have to do is click on Ketracel White like I just did, and ta-da, he's back to his old self, and he's all good and ready to rock. Another thing to point out is that when he has that Ketracel White hunger, he cannot use the Shroud ability, and anyone that was watching there will have noticed that as soon as we use the Ketracel White, the Shroud ability became available to us again. This lasts for, I believe it's 3 hours. 3 in-game hours is how long the Ketracel White will last you. So, yeah. Just a little bit of information there for anybody who didn't know.
Herc life signs dead ahead.
Okay.
This is interesting.
We're going this way. Always remember to pick up your loot, because at the very least it's energy credits. Okay. Call in an orbital strike. Yeesh.
We're here to help. Keep fighting!
Where is our contact? This one? Oh, he's... Alright, okay. Scan fallen prisoner. That's what we have to do. I need to zoom in a little bit more here on the minimap.
I'm fine.
There we go.
Really?
You made it. Good. Yes. She had a vision about coming here.
Excuse me.
Come with us. We'll take you to her. Unless you'd rather stand around here until more of those things show up.
So, I think they've done a fantastic job of recreating this dude. I can't remember the name of the actor, but I think it's a very good likeness. Anyone remembers the Deep Space Nine episode, which was one of the very early ones in Season 1. In fact, it could have been like episode 3 or 4, maybe. That dude, oh God, it's going to bug me now what his name is.
For you. In the temple ahead.
But I think they've done a good job recreating that character. Unfortunately, they weren't able to get him to do the
It's been some time since
voiceover.
we had peaceful visitors. And Kai Kira, it's been too long. Truly, the prophets have smiled upon us today.
Indeed they have. We have brought the cure. You'll be able to live a normal life away from here. You'll be free.
And we have something to bring with us. A miracle.
Is that...
Yes, a blessing from the prophets. The Orb of Peace. Through it, we ended the war between Ennis and Null Ennis. As you can see...
Okay, so now we have to cure a number of the prisoners. What do you think is going to happen once they're cured?
Sometime.
At least for me, anyway, I thought it was very obvious. I remember playing this the first time and I was like, yeah, I know what's happening here. But anyway. This is one of the good things, though, with Star Trek Online. They're very good at going back on these loose threads. Like I said earlier, that episode of Deep Space Nine was like episode 3 or 4 or something. Whatever, even if I'm wrong, it was definitely one of the early ones. And that was it. That was the the last we heard of Kai Opaka, and they never came back to it ever again. And Star Trek Online has come back to tie up that loose thread.
You have...
Those things are attacking! Defend yourselves!
Crap, I should have deployed this turret beforehand.
Nolan's down! Medic! Someone help him!
We've checked this guy. He's dead.
I'm afraid he's...
So we cured him just so that he could die. Which I suppose, if you've been living like that for God knows how long, unable to actually die, death probably would become a welcome release. But anyway. Continuing on with the mission. Oh, you gotta love mines. I love playing as engineers. I think engineers are so much fun. They're definitely probably even better than tactical on the ground, believe it or not. But yeah, they're a lot of fun. Dropping mines, dropping turrets, all that sort of good stuff. It looks like a number of my bridge officers are down. They're taking care of them, that's okay. Yikes! Wow, that hurt. There we go.
Let everyone...
Now we set up some pattern enhancers. And the last one. Alright, so let's get ready for combat.
Let's move the ship behind the satellites and lure the Herc in.
Move to tactical position. You got it.
Just in time. Here they come.
Get back here. Actually, we just have to survive for another minute. Oh wait, there's more. There's a couple more seconds. Alright, now we just have to do a cleanup. Man, I wish I had eject warp plasma here now. It would make things a hell of a lot easier. Because my turn rate is crap in this bucket. That it? Yeah, it looks like it.
It looks like the Herc.
I'm glad.
Welcome to Deep Space Nine.
Emissary, our paths meet again.
Hello, Ben. It's good to hear from you.
Interesting. Obviously that was Captain Benjamin Sisko. Right, let's report in and get debriefed.
I'm glad we were able to return Opaka to Bajor safely. She's determined to follow the will of the prophets and establish a new place of worship in the Gamma Quadrant near the wormhole. Odo assures me that the Dominion are open to discussing this. We'll see. Many of us have not forgotten the fate of the new Bajor colony and the Dominion's role in that. As for me, my time as Kai is coming to an end. Opaka is the Kai that Bajor needs now. I intend to guard the Celestial Temple from the Hurt and anyone else who would destroy the home of the prophets. Best place to do that is Deep Space Nine, as part of Starfleet. I'll be Captain Kira the next time you see me. Thank you again for helping me bring Opaka home. I owe you one.
Okay. I'm gonna take this makeshift polearm, whatever the hell a polearm is, but it's the most unique item that's there, so that's what I'm gonna take. Now, before we finish up the episode, I want to show you guys something.
The founders have asked the Alliance there is much...
Just put that to one side. I have a number of duty officer missions complete from yesterday. And if we look at the overview, well, alright, marauding has some XP, engineering has XP, everything else is blank. So let's collect, oh, by the way, roster, there's 4 prisoners in the brig. So we'll start collecting, and we'll take a look back at the roster and all that stuff in a second. Okay, so roster. Now we have 5 prisoners in the brig, and we now have 5 passengers as well. And if we go to overview, see the way the bars are filling up? Yeah, that's just basically wanted to show you guys that since the last episode we talked about the duty officer system. And we're free to start planning up other missions, which I'll actually quickly do now, I think. Oh, fantastic. I love seeing marauding missions. I'm not picking these ones because they require 50,000 energy credits, and in my opinion it's not worth it. So that's why I was not picking those. Yeah, so I'm quickly going through these just to see if there's anything worthwhile. Should be a few here. Alright, that's pretty much screwed me out of everything there. Yep. Okay, let's see. Science. Science. There's one. There's another. Oh yeah, 72-hour one there, definitely. Plenty of XP. Alright, tactical. I seen... Ah, crap, I need a Saurian brandy. Too bad I don't have that. Maybe later on down the road. Blackmail, Federation Sector Transit... Okay, yeah, sounds good. Now, the next thing that I want to show you guys is, if you remember yesterday, or not, whatever, in the last episode, talked about, you know, if you get a failure or possibly even a disaster, you cannot lose bridge officers or duty officers. But if you get a failure or a disaster, there is a chance that some of the officers might be injured and would be unavailable for 20 hours. Well, this is what I want to show you right here. See this? Sick bay? And this is the duty officer that is on that mission. You can see here, look, there's currently 10 hours, 36 minutes left. That's because one of the missions had either a failure or a disaster. Same with this one here. You can see the 2 duty officers that are unavailable. Basically, they're auto put onto these sickbay missions, and until they come off those missions, they're not available for anything else. So it's actually a clever little system. But yeah, don't ever be worried that you are, you're going to lose duty officers if you get a failure or a disaster, and then you're going to wind up with no duty officers. That won't happen. Having said that, excuse me. Having said that, there are about half a dozen to a dozen missions throughout the entire game, which is really a very small amount. Honestly, I think it's closer to half a dozen missions that will require duty officers in order to complete them. And when I say require, I mean that they will take them permanently off your roster. Anyway, if you guys have any questions on that, or you're not sure on something, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will do my very best to get back to you and answer whatever questions you may have. Anyway, we'll leave it there for now. Thanks a million for watching, folks. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave a like. That would help me out enormously. The more interaction I can get on videos and indeed on the channel itself, it helps with YouTube searches and helps the channel grow and get noticed. And that would really help me out, and I appreciate all of your support. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. And as always, please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. My name is Winters, and I'll catch you next time. So until then, take care.